Hey, how's it going, YouTube? I haven't been on here in a while. I've been, very occupied, doing other things. But while I was taking my hiatus, um, which was like maybe about 10 months or something, or a little longer than that, I graduated to being a vegan. Um, I've been a vegan now for 8 months now, and this is something I've been contemplating for years, ever since I was in high school. And, I always bought plant based products all the time. And I did never. I did the flexitarian thing for a while, which, you know, um, for those of you that don't know what flexitarian is, a flexitarian is a person that predominantly eats fruits and vegetables, but at times seldomly still eat, um, you know, meat products and um, products that comes from an animal, like dairy products, cheese, milk, etc., butter. So, I just been, contemplating, doing this for the longest because, initially when I first started, becoming a vegan, experience eating the vegan food, I just noticed overall how much it helped me on my breathing. It, it I don't like when I exhale. It doesn't give me heartburn. It just is much easier to digest, and it just gives me energy overall. For those of you like myself prior to that was always contemplating it. It's not going to have happen overnight. It's like a long process because of discipline, really, because um, we used so custom accustomed to eating meat for so many years. It's like, man, it's definitely a huge transition, entering into the vegan world. Like, man, despite vegan food being so, the prices being inflated, prior to me becoming a vegan or even a vegetarian or flexitarian, when I was just a strictly meat eater, I used to be looking at some people that were vegans or vegetarians, and I used to bash them like, man, why are you spending so much money on some food? Like like uh, like I'm thinking like the same food that you buy for like real cheap is it tastes the same as the high price food. And little did I know that the food that costs, that's going to cost you a little bit more is definitely much healthier for you. Um, when I go into the grocery store, I mainly been going into the Kroger's, and I've been going into their health section, and that's where I get all my vegan my vegan foods from. Um, well, at least about 80% of it, I get it from there, and I get it has to for me. It has to well, I say about 90% of the time, it has to say non-GMO, organic. Uh, Other than that, I'll get something that's organic without the non-GMO at times. Just to fill a void at times. But most of the times, everything's mostly non-GMO. Um, and I just love. I'm gonna show you guys a few items that I've gotten, you know, plant-based items that I've gotten to um, to replace dairy in meat. Yeah, let's check this out. Going in my refrigerator. A little messy. I gotta do a little cleaning. Let's see here. Okay. Sorry about the dim light. Hopefully you guys can see that. That there is non-GMO tofu with sweet teriyaki, organic teriyaki. And I love this. It costs around about $4. And man, it just no, it may be a little under $4. I think it's like 3.70 or something like that. But this gets you so full, like, for protein, this is a prime example of something to get to keep you full. Um, this here is the non-GMO cheddar style cutting board selection shred cheese, the non-dairy cheese, vegan plant-based cheese, and it melts just like cheese. It melts just like dairy cheese, and it's made out of soy, the soybean, and it is delicious. Man, I love it. I love it. Here, I got in the Ziploc bag is, hold on guys, give me just a minute, open it. That there is, sorry, that there is meat crumbles, and it's made out of soy as well. Some of it is made out of cashew. They make meats out of vegan meats out of a lot of nuts and beans, and this one specifically is made from the soybean. And to give it its color, they put caramel and brown sugar in it to give it that brown, you know, color and that texture. And you can cook this for less than what, like 5 minutes. Like all you just need to warm this stuff up, uh, because mainly you're supposed to eat it somewhat raw, but cooking it don't take extract too much nutrients from it, but it doesn't take long at all. Yep, this is the meat crumbles. Check it out at your local Whole Foods or Kroger's, the health sections, if you got a health section. And give me a second, guys. And this here is the vegan Italian sausage. It is so good. It's also made out of soy. Also have the same core ingredients that you would make in a pork sausage. The same seasonings and whatnot, but it's organic seasonings though. And you also can find these at your local Whole Foods or Kroger's health section. It costs about They're quite expensive, but it's worth it. I think they were about 4.15 or something like that for a 4 pack. But I've been stretching this for about good 2.5 weeks. Just cutting it up in my salad. Cutting it up. You know, just with anything, to give it some flavor. Making mix it with not cheese, the plant based cheese or whatnot. Eating it for breakfast. It is very delicious. And one more time, guys, let me put this back up. Just wanted to give you a brief um, synopsis of the some of the foods that I ate. Some of the foods that I had was, already eaten. About like less than a week ago. So I got to go back grocery shopping. Get some more same products, and hopefully I can run across something new in the vegan section. Mainly sauces. I've been low on sauces and spices, so I need to start buying more of that. Oh, got one more thing, guys. I almost forgot. This here is plant-based bolognese vegan pasta sauce. It's good. You can make use some of those meat crumbles. Buy some whole wheat, non-organic spaghetti, spaghetti noodles, and you can make yourself a vegan spaghetti dish. It's this cost me about how much is this? This was about 450, but it is so good. Like little to no sodium at all. It has. Well, let me take that back. It does have a quite bit of a lot of sodium. It has 310 milligrams of sodium, but most of it is sea salt, which is very good for you. But when it comes to guilty pleasures for vegans, this is something that I would consider a guilty pleasure, being that it has so much sodium, but it has the right ingredients that I'm looking for. No preservatives or any of that. If it does have preservatives, it's not the detrimental type of preservative. But I love it. I love it. I've been making spaghetti out of it, and I bought me some spicy chicken patties, which I usually always buy, multiple boxes of them. But I ate my first box like within like the first couple of days. So, and I usually put this on top of it, and it tastes like the Parmesan chicken um, um, thing. What was it, the bill or that type of chicken patties that you could buy at in the TV dinner. It tastes just like that, and I spreaded some cheese on it. It was so delicious. Be back one more time, guys. Yes, I'm back, guys. Like I said before, if you always have that thought about you just wanting to transition over to a new category of of a healthier lifestyle, you could take baby steps like I did. Like I said, Um, like when I was like 19 years old, um, that was my first time cutting out red meat and just start strictly eating um, poultry meat like chicken and fish and etc. etc. And and the idea that I mean the person that presented me with that idea was my mother because she was the first one to cut out red meats and etc. So I didn't do it right when she did it, but it just took me like a couple of years to just realize let me try this, to see like how I feel. And when I cut out red meat, of course, I was still feeling sluggish, but I felt a huge difference from cutting back on red meat to just eating poultry meat, and I became a flexitarian only about 2 years ago, and I also seen a big difference in my breathing habits when I came with flexitarian, just consuming mostly fruits and vegetables. Like I definitely felt a difference. It felt very good. But the chicken and stuff, it was giving me a little bit of heartburn. So when did I become? And then the top of this year is when I became a vegetarian. So I was still, like I said, vegetarian is a person that uh, doesn't eat consume the meat of an animal, but they would still eat the dairy product from an animal. The milk or the cheese or the butter. And I was still eating macaroni and cheese and cheese pizzas. And I was a vegetarian for up until March. And March came, that's when I just said, let me just do this vegan thing, man. Cause I was buying a lot of vegan products, already. Um, so yeah, from there, I just said, man, let me just become a vegan, and let me just just do this, man. I can do it, man. And ever since then, I've been following my oath of being a vegan, and nothing uh, can manipulate me to go back to eating meat, because like I just start reflecting back, like, man, like I just be like, man, what if I was that animal or something, I'm getting slaughtered to eat, to people eating on me, and also I was just thinking, like, why am I eating flesh, like, yeah, like, yeah, why am I doing that, man? And but I would never go back to eating meat. Like, no one can convince me. I don't bash people that do eat meat. All my advice is like, just if you're gonna eat meat, find you healthier ways to cook the meat. Like, you, instead of using oil, canola oil, you making cook it sometimes with like avocado oil or something like that. Just to at least make it, split it half and half of healthy and a guilty pleasure, basically. Well, that's all I got for the topic today. I will try to elaborate on this topic, definitely. Uh, and I will show you some more of my products when I, get some more soon. But thank you guys for listening. You can subscribe, comment, and give me your feedback. If you're a vegan or you're contemplating on becoming a vegan, give me your insight and tell me, or if you're vegan already, tell me like some of the things you eat, and I can implement it into my diet. Thanks, guys.